internet,
I know.
dude. It's like I fucking wish that we just had some fucking internet option that wasn't 4
Comcast.
fucking MiFis in the goddamn room, dude. What the fuck, man?
That's absurd.
It's fucking
That's absurd that
stupid.
we have to work this hard in order to
It's
get.
stupid. I mean, you're in what, the 3rd largest city in the United States, and you can't.
Yep. We can't get. It's not like we're like on the outskirts either. Like the studio's like.
Yeah, it's in downtown Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Can we turn down Tom and me maybe a little bit? Just
you got it.
So you're a little quiet.
Okay.
And vice versa. Like push Cecil up and Tom and me down a teensy bit. A skosh.
A jot.
A jot. A tittle. Is that right? I don't think that's right.
I don't think that's right.
Okay, sorry. We're back. Uh-oh.
Hey. Oh.
What was that?
I don't have internet on my fucking computer anymore, so give me a second.
Oh.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, dude.
This fucking thing sucks.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
All right, I turned you guys down a little.
Thank you. In the meantime, somebody was asking if you guys could pronounce this name.
Okay.
If you're looking in the chat.
Oh, no, I'm not. Hang on. I got it to the chat.
Sorry. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and. I believe it was an Irish listener that you may or may not have pronounced their name Niamha.
Oh, it's
Niv
Neve.
or something?
It's Neve. It's
Yes.
Neve.
Fuck
But
do I get to the
here's
chat?
the other chat. Okay, we'll wait for Tom. There's a new name.
God damn it.
There's a new name. We're gonna test.
I'm back
your
online now, so.
Irishness. You got the chat, Tom?
No,
You
hang
want me to
on.
send you the link?
We're doing good. That's the thing.
We're
Tom.
killing it right
Tom,
now.
We're doing
This
good.
is
We're
this
doing
is
good.
scintillating.
That's all I'm
scintillating
saying.
stuff.
I found chat, and I am plugged in, and I have 3 fucking MiFis, and I'm gonna get fucking 5G fucking coronavirus before I leave this place. I guarantee it. My cells are gonna turn themselves inside out. I'm basically standing in between MiFis. I'm gonna turn into fucking the Hulk at the end, but I'm gonna be a dead, shitty, shriveled body. That's what I'm gonna be. God damn it. Fuck this place.
Mm-hmm.
It's find the goddamn chat now.
Okay, so
It's
yeah,
3 buttons.
they moved it. Yeah.
3 buttons, and then it's under there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's it's just why'd they put it to a place that I didn't know where it was at?
I know. I'm sorry.
They
God
fucking
damn it,
moved
Ian.
it. They fucking moved it, the assholes.
Yeah, it's probably my fault.
Yeah, fuck Comcast. Mr. 333, fuck
Comcast.
Fuck them. Fuck them. God damn it.
It's gonna be one
Motherfuckers.
of those nights.
Oh, God, it makes
They are
me
the
so
most-
mad. God.
What,
Here's
okay, did
Here's
we
the
tell
name again. Here's the
Did we
name
tell
again.
the story about
Okay.
when we tried to? Okay.
Okay, the name. Okay,
Oh,
Tom, you gonna go
Queefy.
first? You want me to?
Yeah, it's Queefy.
Queefy. I don't know that. That's right. I'm gonna actually give it. I'm gonna hell. It's Alf.
Wait, no, okay. All right, hold on. In Gaelic, A and O probably makes like a "ja" sound
It's
for
like
some reason.
no, it's like
And
a
then the
hard G.
IFE.
It's a hard G, Tom. It's
Right,
like
yeah.
Guh.
So-
My name's
Yeah, all right.
Gurfer.
I love Gaelic because it's like, okay, so in Gaelic, if you combine a Q and a B,
Yeah.
you get D sounds. Like, why just fucking use a D sound? Why are you using 3 letters to imitate the sound?
God.
1 letter does a perfectly fine job making.
God, somebody asked if we're using 5G or Comcast. Comcast has left the building. Well, not technically. We're still paying for it, and they won't
Oh my God.
it off for 3
I gotta
months.
tell this story
for
I
no
gotta tell
reason.
So I call So Cecil asked me to get rid of Comcast. I'm like, all right, no problem. I'll call Comcast. I'll bite that bullet. So I call Comcast. I cancel fucking Comcast, which is the fucking joke that it always is. We're like, well, we don't have any record of ever having tried to fix your shit. So why are you canceling? I'm like, that's literally, you're telling me
That's the
words.
reason.
Right. That is the reason that I'm canceling my shit right now. So like I go through the whole song and dance and cancel the Comcast. And then Cecil texted me the other day and he's like, we're still getting a bill, like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
like
no.
multiple hundreds.
It's not
of
a cheap bill. it's closer to 500 than it is to 0. That's for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. And he's like, can you call? So yeah, fine. So I call Comcast and I'm like, what the fuck? I canceled this shit a month ago. Why am I still getting billed for this? And I shit you not. The guy's like, oh yeah, that's normal. I was like, wait a minute. How could it possibly be fucking, and you're charging me hundreds of dollars for it? He's like, well, sometimes it can take a few months for the cancellation to go through. And I was like, that doesn't even make sense. I canceled on the first. On the first, it's canceled now. That's what the word canceled means. And he's like, well, what you can do is just go in and turn off your auto pay. And I was like, well, can't you go in and turn off my auto pay? And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. I'm like, wouldn't you go in and turn off auto pay as part of the customer fucking canceled process? What world do you live in? I was like, what world do you possibly live in where you think the customer doesn't want the service but would really like to keep the bill? Like, why would I have to say I don't want your service, but I also don't want the bill anymore too, as a separate thing that I canceled?
As if that's an option anywhere else in the world. As if you have to walk into Starbucks and be like, yeah, I don't want a coffee today, but I don't want to pay you for it either.
Yeah, right. And then he's like, well, and then he tried to like allay my concerns, and he's fucking handling me. And he's like, well, what we'll do is when we reconcile the account, when we do cancel it, what we'll do is we'll refund you if we overcharge you. And I was like, first, there's no if. And second is, I don't trust you. Why would I trust you in this process? You've done nothing right. At no point have you said one true thing in this entire process, which is literally the reason that I'm canceling.
And then
what the fuck?
And then I went on
we'll
to
give
fucking
you hundreds of dollars back.
Then I went on to fucking Twitter and I blasted them on Twitter, and then they immediately want to fucking jump into they immediately want to slide into my DMs and send me a dick pic, right? They immediately fucking want to be like, hey baby, it's cool baby, it's cool baby. And so I told them to go fuck themselves. They said, well, let's do this on a direct message. And I said, no, you know who I am. You know who the fuck I am. You can go look it up. We direct messaged before. And they said, well, let us know if you change your mind. I'm like, I'm not going to change my mind about wanting my money. I want my money. Fuck you. Pay me.
What? But let us know if we can't keep some of that money for an indefinite period of time, and then maybe we'll send you a check at some point.
God damn it.
Oh, that's a great system.
So the system we have now is
amazing.
One computer's running off one MiFi. Another computer, this big fucking computer's got its own MiFi. And Tom and this computer are running off another. So we have 3 MiFis running in this place right now. It's like we just unleashed the hamsters. We just said, go, be free. And so that's where we're at, folks. Jesus Christ. It's been a trip though. Motherfuck. And it's just one of those things, Tom, where it's like, I need a drink. And this is 2020 sized.
That is
Knob Creek
jug. That is a straw. Dude, what is the size of that thing? Is that a liter?
I don't know. It's big. I don't want to move it.
That's a big knob you got, buddy.
It is. It's a huge knob. Look at the size of this thing.
God damn.
Only time anybody's ever said that to me in my entire life. It is 1.75 liters.
God damn, dude.
This jug
That's
of
nearly
Knob Creek.
a 2-liter bottle of fucking whiskey.
I'm going to pour myself a whiskey. So here we go. Tom, I wish you could be back in the studio cheersing with me here, though. That'd be good.
The fucking studio.
You don't have a drink, do you?
I just have an iced tea like a sucker and a blender bottle like a jerk.
Oh, that sucks. We'll set that right there so people can still see it.
stupid.
Well, buddy, cheers. Back in the studio. Here's to 3 fucking MiFis and no Comcast. Cheers. Oh, it's good bourbon. It's an underrated bourbon. It's like an underrated bourbon. Like it's
absolutely nothing in the world
wrong with it.
Knob
It's a
Creek.
really good bourbon. It's smooth. It's got
a little
good flavor.
sweet,
It's
but not in a
little
bad
sweet.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. And Gary's hanging out. Put on the big screen, Ian, if you can. Gary is in Tom's chair. I put Gary in Tom's chair. Gary lost his legs in the transition.
I got no legs.
We were carrying him. We were carrying him out, and when I went to go home to put him together, I went to pull him out, and he literally fell off the top of his legs. He's like,
oh no!
And he just fucking fell the fuck down. So his legs are now over there somewhere with a fleshlight in them. And so now,
are we gonna have to get new Gary?
No, I don't ever want to replace Gary. I want to hire a mannequin repairman to repair Gary. That's what I want. So we need a mannequin repairman in Chicago. That's what we need.
God.
Someone says, "Is there good bourbon?" Yeah, there's good bourbon.
What does?
There's plenty of good. Actually, bourbon could be the best whiskey on the planet.
I love bourbon.
I think
it's terrific.
Bourbon. I would say that bourbon is certainly better than most whiskeys. There's some scotches that I would say are easily as good as most, but most bourbons on average are better than scotches.
Yeah,
especially stuff that Heath drinks. That fucking
campfire booze.
Like you just take a fucking big clump of earth and you throw it in a glass and you choke it down.
When drinking with Heath, it is amazing. I like, and don't get me wrong, I fully recognize that like whiskey breath is not powerfully positive breath. That is for fucking sure, right? But like, oh my goddamn God, when Heath is drinking that fucking campfire booze, you can smell him from across the room.
Dude, man, it is unreal. And the stuff he drinks, there was something that I got a while back, and I remember taking one drink of it. It was a scotch, and I was like, I cannot fathom this. And I brought it to a place where a bunch of people like scotches, and we handed it around, and they were all thought, oh, this is terrible. And then I saw Heath ordering it at a fucking... God. It's just not for me. And, the thing is like, it's individual taste. It's not for me. I know a lot of people like Pete. That's cool. But I'm not a huge fan.
A lot of the
Lafroig is what he drinks. Lafroig is what he drinks. But he also drinks Ardbeg, and he drinks what was the one that the guy with the beard on that community show or Parks and Rec drank? Was it Lafroig?
I don't remember.
Guys in the chat, if you guys watch Parks and Rec, what did Ron Swanson drink? Say it in the chat if you can. Lagavulin, thank you, Augustus.
There you go.
Lagavulin. I've never had that one. I don't know. Is that an Islay or is that one of those peat ones?
It's very, very peaty because I've smelled him when he's had it.
Lagavulin is peaty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I've had some of the new like boutique bourbons though, and a lot of the boutique bourbons have that like real heavy barley mash, so they kind of taste more like a less peaty version of Scotch. And they're unappealing, like really fucking unappealing.
Yeah. I remember when we had that whiskey tasting, and there was a lot of stuff that I tasted, and I just was not impressed. And I've never been impressed with Canadian whiskeys, and I've never been impressed with Irish whiskeys. I haven't had any that I thought were good. Irish whiskey is great if you want to get drunk. Because it doesn't taste like anything.
No flavor.
It doesn't.
No flavor.
You might as well just do shots of vodka all night. It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
So
everyone's like, oh, it's so smooth. It's Jameson Black.
It is.
So
it's absolutely smooth. It tastes
like water
anything.
is smooth too.
Doesn't taste.
But like I'm not. Yeah. If you don't want to drink it.
Yeah. I think by far though Blanton's is my favorite bourbon, and that's becoming one of those things that's really hard to get now.
Really?
They became popular in movies and stuff, and so now it's hard to get. The last time I saw it in Chicago, it was $110 a bottle.
For Blanton's, it's a $60 bottle of booze. It's a good bottle.
Yeah.
You're right though. It isn't like every time you see, because it's got such a distinctive bottle shape. You see it all the time in movies and TV.
Right.
Yeah.
So we wanted to cover a story tonight. Hopefully, we're going to try to do a talkie later. We had a problem earlier with the talkie. We tried to play. Maybe I should try to play that Lincoln Project thing again. Should I try to play it again and see what happens?
Let's try it. Yeah, Lincoln Project's just been crushing it.
So we talk about this on the show this week. We talk about the Lincoln Project. I'm going to play this. Guys, if it stops when we're playing it, then that means that we might have to not do talkies tonight because of just how things are working in the studio until we figure some things out. So let me put this on the big screen. We'll see what happens. Ian, we should have access to the big screen. We do? Okay, good.
Someday soon, the time of Trump will pass. This circus of incompetence, corruption, and cruelty will end. When it does, the men and women in Trump's Republican Party will come to you, telling you they can repair the damage he's done. They'll beg you to forget their votes to exonerate Trump from his crimes, ask you to forgive their silence, their cowardice, and their betrayals as Trump wrecked this nation. Every time they had a choice between America and Trump, they chose Trump. Every time they were called to the service of this nation and their sacred oath, they chose Trump. Every time. Learn their names. Remember their actions. And never, ever trust them again.
Went all the way through this time. It went all the way through. So that's
didn't
good
stop
news.
and stutter.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Tom and I talk about this on the show, but we're actually very happy that that there's politically honest Republicans out there that are willing to call out people in their own party as bad actors. I'm tickled by that. I think it's great.
Yeah, and the Lincoln Project's ads have been, I mean, they're terrific ads. Like, they're well put together, they're pointed and aggressive, and it's like that's what it's going to take, man. It's going to take a significant amount of aggression. Somebody in here said, "Fuck the Lincoln Project." I don't understand why the Lincoln Project would be.
They're actually doing, I think, a really great job of stuff that they're doing. Yeah, so they're putting out some really good stuff. I wouldn't say fuck the Lincoln Project. I think they're making they're at least pointing out from a different perspective than what we're used to, the sort of left perspective of Trump's misdeeds, and I think it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so let's do this.
What is going on in chat? Are people doing song lyrics in chat?
No idea.
I think they're drinking.
Okay, fair enough. Have a good time.
All right, let's do this story, Tom.
All right.
Let's do this. I don't need to turn you, right? You can see it on your own screen. I don't need to turn you.
I cannot see it on my screen, but I can. If I go to Mixer, I can. Hold on.
Well, you could just talk about it. It's the Russia cracks down on marmot hunting.
Yeah, let me grab it. All right, so this story is from Reuters. Russia cracks down on marmot hunting after bubonic plague alert. First of all, Cecil, do we need another fucking plague problem? Like, do we not have enough fucking plagues?
And you're absolutely right. We got too many fucking plagues at this point. I mean, they were talking about I saw last week, weren't they saying that there was like a pig plague or something that's coming, like a swine flu?
The swine flu is like rearing its head. And I mean, like the seasonal flu, the swine flu, like it's like, yeah, it could reach some significant proportion. That would be amazing because we would handle it so well. Why don't we throw some fucking bubonic plague in the goddamn thing too? You know what? We'll take all your plagues. Why don't we aerosolize Ebola while we're at it, and we'll all just fucking catch every disease at the same time? I'll have double cancer.
I have a question. Is it a marmot if it doesn't come from the Marmot region of France? Isn't it just it's like a sparkling rodent or something if it doesn't come from that area?
A sparkling rodent. I mean, it is a rodent of unusual size.
It is a fucking unusual size. Those are fucking enormous. Diesel, man. Okay. In a fight, dachshund, marmot. Which wins?
Dachshund or marmot?
Yeah. Dachshunds are supposed to be mean, man.
Dachshunds are scrappy.
Yeah, they're scrappy they're scrappy dogs.
Dachshunds are a cute little hot dog, but they just bite. They just want to bite you because they're just like, why'd you build me to look like
my
this?
wife wants to get one and call it Frank. She wants to get one like a little hot dog wiener dog and call him Frank so bad. But we don't want a dog. We want cats only. So yeah, all right. God. So let's cover this.
All right. So Russia said on Monday it had stepped up patrols to stop people. Patrols. There are Russians patrolling to stop people hunting marmots near its border with China and Mongolia after the country's reported possible cases of bubonic plague.
Oh,
I don't care how fucking delicious this fucking marmot is. And maybe it is. Maybe that thing is the fucking most outstandingly wonderful thing. But man, if maybe I'll get the goddamn bubonic plague, if it's like, how was dinner? Fine, except for these fucking boobos that are growing.
You can't cook the boobos out of the stuff? Like, what's going on?
I don't know if you can.
Come on, man.
If there's any chance.
Are they eating marmot sashimi? Like, what's going on over there? Here's the thing, guys. Braise your fucking marmots. Put them in the sous vide for a couple days. They'll come out nice and tender. You'll be good. Just braise your marmots. I guarantee you're going to kill all the bacteria then.
Yeah, is it one of those things where it's like a cheese? You're just like, just cut around it. You just got to cut around.
Cutting around.
You got a little.
You got to squirt it. It's like that. It's like that Dead Alive movie. Is that what it's called? Where like the pus is shooting out and flying in their mouths and stuff. A fucking gross ass movie. Jesus Christ. That was
disgusting.
Peter Jackson. I think. I'm pretty sure that was Peter Jackson. Yeah. Or his early days before he found the One Ring.
How do you go from like making that movie to somebody's like, here's an unlimited budget?
Yeah, here's it. Yeah, you literally like they're just keep on writing check after check after check
Right?
after check.
It's
Oh,
like,
man.
okay, I'd like to buy New Zealand. That's my first thing I would like to do.
Does he have 6 movies in that series? Because he has 3
Oh,
Hobbits.
God, I have no
He has 3 Hobbits and 3
Are there
Lord
3
of the Rings.
Hobbit movies?
There's, I
I haven't
think,
seen any
right?
of them.
Maybe chat knows. I think there's.
I
I
don't
only
know. I've
saw.
not seen any of them.
I started watching the first one. I shut it off. I quit. I fucking pieced out. Because I wasn't a huge fan of those movies anyway, like the Lord of the Ring ones. And then I pieced out of those. I was like,
Yeah.
Like I liked the first Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings. I thought was the best one. And the third one,
It's a good movie.
the third one's okay, but the second one is so boring. God, with all the fighting and stuff, it's so boring. This is the most boring battle scenes. I know we're gonna get shit from it too. People are gonna be so mad. We're gonna get fucking raged on chat, but I was not a fan. 4 Hobbit movies?
4 Hobbit movies?
Well, no, that's not right. That's
one.
not right. Someone said there's 6. 3 Hobbitses. Okay, that makes sense. Are they bad?
Way.
I haven't seen them all, so I haven't seen the Hobbit movies. But it's not something that was interesting to me. I remember, did you see the cartoon when you were a kid, the Hobbit cartoon?
I do remember vaguely the cartoon. I remember thinking it was pretty creepy. Like the golem guy.
Yeah.
The golem creature was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship, that was good. The second one didn't even the second one, like from a narrative standpoint, it could have just been a dropped line in movie 3, like, remember that battle at Helm's Deep? That got fucking weird.
Remember
and
when
that's the whole movie.
You remember when the trees went boom and they hit like 60 orcs and that was the end of the movie? Yeah, cool,
Right.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been like, they could have been sitting at dinner being like, man, last week was I'm feeling a little stiff. A little crick in my neck from all that, like, because there's just narratively like nothing interesting happened.
Yeah, I was not. Remember when we watched all 3 of them at my house because we were
in
doing
a row.
We watched them for the show. We watched them for what was our old show? Everyone's a critic. I was gonna call it Citation Needed.
That's not our old show yet.
We watched it. Yeah, not yet. Give it a week. I remember watching it for the other show that Everyone's a Critic, and I remember watching it. We watched 11 hours of those movies in a row.
We watched them all back to back to back. And I thought it was going to be such a fun day. I remember being excited to go to your house because you had that theater room.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to hang out and spend the whole day watching these movies.
We watched the extended cuts, yeah.
Yep. And I remember being like
3 movies,
exhausted.
11 plus hours, maybe it was. I vaguely remember because at the end of the day, you came over early and you left late, and we stopped for dinner because we couldn't watch them anymore. We just wanted to stop for a little while.
God, it was fucking terrible.
It was rough. It was fucking rough. All right, let's do another story. We talked about enough about marmots.
Yeah, so don't eat Russian.
How would you cook a marmot?
Rats.
If you had your opportunities to cook a marmot, I think what you do is if it's a young marmot, you quarter it, fry it. I think that's the way you go. But if it's an older marmot, I think maybe you truss it up like a rabbit and maybe you stuff it a little and you cook it for a nice long time, I think that's how you're going to have to go with it.
Maybe marmot confit.
Oh, see, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
I might go marmot confit.
I think that's the right way.
Give it a whirl.
Right way to
Give
go.
it a whirl. Yeah.
Let's do this story, Tom.
Which one?
We're going to cover the arguing couple.
Oh, okay. I there's a reason I grabbed this story.
I got to unblock ads.
Part of this story is fucked up. So this is from the Times Record News. WFPD, arguing couple throws buckets of feces and urine at each other.
Wait, can we stop there?
Yeah, because I'm already ready to talk.
Why have those? Like
that was my question
that
too.
seems like something you might not need to keep around for later. I mean, what were you doing? The Pepsi challenge? Like, were you trying to figure out which one tasted different?
Maybe the ice bucket challenge. It's like, I should have donated to ALS.
Somebody tasted like, no, this one's definitely Pepsi. It's definitely Pepsi, 100%.
We've replaced their usual bucket of shit with a Nescafe or whatever bucket of shit. Here's the story, and it's just a horror. And actually, the story is it's pretty bad. So, Wichita Falls police arrested this guy after he allegedly threw a bucket of feces and urine at a woman.
Is he dressed? So they probably just threw a shirt over backwards on him, but he definitely looks like a cast member from The Handmaid's Tale.
He does. He absolutely does. It also looks like his mustache is crawling out of his nose.
Oh, you know what he looks like? He looks like a Nemoidian from fucking Star Wars. People don't understand that. Anyway, keep going. Forget it. Yeah. Just don't worry about it, Tom.
And
that was nerd speaking. I was nerd speaking to the audience, not to you. Thank you very much.
The other thing I was wondering is like, if you're a cop, how much do you want to arrest somebody versus how, you know what I mean? You've now showed up and somebody is covered in feces and urine and they got to get in your car.
You're just like, I'm going to give you a warning citation for this. Here's your domestic violence warning citation.
Yeah. You know what? It's domestic violence. We're not going to prosecute it like it was a real crime anyway. Yeah, we're America's garbage.
Absolutely.
So I'm not even going to put you in my car.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine you show up and just like, man, why did I draw the short straw on this one? And the rest of the story is actually pretty awful because like it's just a domestic violence thing. So I actually don't want to read the rest.
You don't have to read the rest of it. Well, I just wanted to talk about the guy and his amazing outfit. And your life has gone horribly wrong if there is ever a bucket of feces and urine in it. A whole bucket of it. I mean, unless it means that somehow the entire sewer system in your neighborhood is backing up into your house and you have to bucket it out somehow or something, then I'll allow it. But other than that, there should never just be a bucket full of that stuff around you. If you're outside, you'd bury it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, I actually have like a luggable loo, which is essentially a bucket with a toilet seat lid for camping.
Oh,
like,
do you?
Yeah, and I've
you
never
brought that to. You never brought that to Michigan. We used to have to just hold it. Hold on, no. I'm gonna tell this. No, I'm gonna tell this story. So Tom has friends, our relatives who have land up in Michigan, and we've talked about the land in Michigan before because someone brought a cannon onto it, and we told that story on the show. I don't know where it is, but it's on the archive somewhere where there's this guy, this fucking Michigan militia guy brings a cannon on a dolly, literally on a carpet dolly, and shoots a potato out of it. It was the craziest shit of our life. Anyway, we're just hanging out up there, and we used to go up there we'd go trap shooting. So we would bring a couple of throwers and a bunch of clay pigeons and a bunch of shotgun shells, and we would just play games all day and shoot clay pigeons out of the air. And Tom and I like to and other people, we have a lot of other friends who do this. We all travel up there in a caravan, and it's secluded. It's really far away. There's no plumbing, no electricity. It's really just a primitive campsite. Yeah. And so every time we go up there, everyone there, except for me, because I'm the only one who does it, everybody's like, nope, I'm going to hold it all weekend long. Like, you guys are just like it's like a competition where you guys are like eating blocks of cheese to not shit. And I'm just like, no, I'm going to go behind the thing over there. I'm going to dig a hole and I'm going to shit in a hole. And you guys are like, nope, packing up a big boy, gonna rock that thing. And then we get to the first place, the very first moment that we're in civilization. These guys smell one tiny whiff of coffee and they all like run, like stampede, trying to get to the one stall bathroom so they can break the toilet for the other two. That happens every single time we go up there. And you had a bucket and I could shit it. I'd have to stand there like an asshole, all fucking like bucked out. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
I literally bought it after our last trip and we never went back up.
Yeah, sure you did.
Exactly that problem. It's like, so it's sitting, it's so funny, it's sitting in my garage. It's got like a compostable bag that you put in it. And so you just take it out and bury the bag. And I'm like, this is a great solution.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Because I'll tell you the story. I went up to the Michigan or the boundary waters between Minnesota and Canada.
Yeah, I've been up there once.
A week-long trip with my dad. And I held it I was 13. I held it the entire week.
A week?
I held it the week.
Jesus
I remember
Christ, were you like a firework at the end of that week?
And it's the same thing. We got back into civilization, we went to an A&W, and I was like, I gotta go to the, oh God. And I left parts of me behind that a man should keep.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, your innocence.
I have shat in the woods. I hate shitting in the woods.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I hate it.
I just sit out there, look at the birds, be like, what are you looking at? Yes, a bear can shit in the woods. Oh, it's unbelievable. Okay, well, let's see if we could do another one here.
Pick a story, any story.
You know, I fucking hate this guy, but we should talk about this because it's misinformation and it makes me nuts. So this is a Brendan Dilley story. So let me introduce it. This guy we've talked about on the show before. His name's Brendan Dilley. He has just a propaganda Trump page that he does Twitter and other video about. And it's Brendan Dilley says Melania Trump was sending a message with her to the deep state with her dress. And so I want to put on the screen her dress. It's a dress that is got a bunch of clearly looks like scribbles on it. And I want to start before we even start. It says that the dress she's wearing is from Alexander McQueen's spring collection called Dancing Girls. It was designed by students attending Central St. Martin's in London. And basically, they drew dancing girls, the frenetic sort of dancing girls. It was a sketch, and they put it on a dress. A dress, Tom, I just want you to guess how much that dress costs. Just tell me how much you think that dress costs.
I wasn't expecting this. Okay.
So Melania's dress, if you want to see it, let me turn you so you can see it. I'll turn you
so
you can see Melania's dress.
All right. Let's see.
So can you see that?
Yeah. So it's not ruby encrusted in any way.
No.
It does not appear to be made of exotic fabrics.
Right.
But it would be an Alexander McQueen. So I'm going to guess it's going to be pretty pricey. I'm going to guess $3,211.
Wow. So close, Tom. $3,480.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Price is right rules and everything.
$3,000. And, to be honest, if you're a professional, a high-end professional like a president or a first lady, I don't see that as a obscene amount really for because I'm sure his suit costs $3,000.
I was gonna say you can drop that on a suit.
Yeah,
you drop 3 times.
I don't have a suit that expensive, but I'm sure if I were a senator, I might have a few suits that were that expensive easy. So
that's crazy.
All right, so this is Brendan Dilley, and so I want to just play this. We'll play and talk, and Tom's going to be able to see it. Tom, can you see this guy's?
I can. This is pretty great, man. I feel like I'm there.
Thumb for a face here.
Oh God.
He's got his fucking MAGA thing in the wall. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to play Brendan for everybody, and we'll stop it as we go along. Got our... This may not be appropriate. It's definitely not appropriate. That's the thing, guys. It's not appropriate.
This was pretty incredible through the weekend.
This was pretty incredible through the weekend.
What a great voice he has. You got it. When you start off like, I'm going to be, I'm going to do a TV show. I'm going to do a YouTube channel. You got to know you got a face and voice for it if you're Brendan Dilley. What a charmer.
Doesn't it look like it looks like he's trying to push his chins out to sort of do that thing that they did in Kung Fu Hustle? Do you remember when that guy's like, brr, 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 and his chin's got all big? Like, it looks like some sort of mating call. And also, look at that. Tom, can you see the emoji in the corner?
I cannot. No, not really.
Okay. It doesn't look anything like him at all. It doesn't look, it looks literally nothing like him.
How many chins did they draw?
It's just a single head floating in the air. It's not supported by dozens of chins. There's no way it's true.
I'm going to try to read this to you guys because it's really small, but I'm going to bring it over here. All right, so Melania Trump wore a dress. She wore a dress, and they made fun of her because it had drawings on it. It had scribbling and drawing, and I'm not going to zoom in on the dress, but I am going to read this caption because many Americans did not realize what this dress was. Certainly, the psycho left didn't realize what this dress was, or perhaps they would have kept their mouths shut. This is the First Lady of the United States, 4th of July, wearing this stunning dress. And if you pay real close attention,
it looks ridiculous. I'll be honest. I think it looks silly.
I don't mind it. It's okay. It's all right.
It's okay from the front. The back with the scribbles on it looks weird.
Oh, I didn't see the back.
So the back, if you look at the screen right now, do you see the scribbles here?
I do, yeah. Oh,
it looks weird in the back. I don't mind the front. It's like, it's a weird pattern, whatever. But in the back, it looks like somebody was like screaming Satan and trying to drive the pen through this fucking fucking paper there.
I guess I'm just saying, like, in no way would I call the dress stunning. Like, if I saw somebody in that dress, I would not remember it. Like, it's not even memorable one way or the other.
Right. Hold on, Tom. I got to pay my parking, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because we have gotten 7 or 8 fucking tickets here.
I know. I have gotten all of them. Don't say we.
They come by. They come by and they fucking love to look at us and be like, "Oh, you guys got to are you paying this fucking contractor your fucking parking out here?" Here we go.
Realize there's a message here. And this is the caption from Uncle Sam's Misguided Children's account.
Oh, that's it. So it's true.
Social media made fun of Melania's dress she wore last night. They said it looked like President Trump scribbled on it with a marker.
It was him trying to say that the coronavirus wasn't bad. He just keeps circling it with that Sharpie.
He was just showing where the next hurricane was going to hit. I'm going to come on you here and here and here.
How fucking cringy was that when he took a fucking map from the National Weather Service and he put a little fucking drawing on it, a little bubble to say, I meant to say that and I meant it. Oh, God, it's so cringe. God damn.
So here's the non-political real story.
Non-political.
It is a dress designed by Alexander McQueen using sketches drawn by victims of child sexual abuse to describe their feelings.
No.
The First Lady is incredible.
Yeah, that's not what it is at all.
It's not even true.
Yeah, it's like blatantly not true. You know, that's what gets me about this, though, is that there's a system now where you can just post something like this and it can have 510 likes and a bunch of people will share it on Instagram. I don't think you could share anything, but they'll take a picture of it and they'll share it on Twitter or other places. Right. And there's the checks and balances for it are someone will come on in the comment and say it's bullshit and nobody will pay attention, or there'll be a Snopes article for it and nobody pays attention to it. I mean, today I got a message from someone, I think a listener of the show sent a message to me, and it was something like, gosh, what was it? Oh, Ocasio-Cortez basically tells everybody, no, we've got to keep everything shut so they vote everybody out in November. And it's a tweet from her, supposedly. And I'm not even kidding, Tom. It took me fucking 10 seconds. I typed in Ocasio-Cortez tweet, and I hit news on Google. It was the third thing down on Snopes. False. She never said it. It was not a thing that she said. But the fucking retraction's always on fucking page fucking 8. Yeah. It's never on the first page. All the bullshit news, this guy gets to fucking spout this garbage, and it's fucking blatant lie. It's not even true. And you know what he's going to do next. You don't have to be a mind reader to know he's going to tie it to fucking the Pizzagate bullshit and all the lies they've been spreading constantly about pedophilia and the left.
No, it's because we get our news. The way that we decide what's true and the way that we get our news is like a bunch of fucking complete assholes. Like, we get it like we're fucking middle school kids, you know, trying to fucking figure out what sex is. Like, we like hear a fucking rumor from a guy who once said a thing rather than like checking things and like being like, yeah, I don't get my news from memes.
Yeah.
I just don't get my news from social media because like that's not a reliable way to do it. So anything I see that's news, I should just scroll past. We don't do that.
Constantly, I'm always double checking the memes that come through, especially. And I also don't like to share those things unless it's just a pithy comment. I don't like to share it when you'll see something that someone will say, so-and-so was killed by this police officer and he still isn't in jail or something. I won't share anything like that because I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's true and what's not true about it. And that happens. And that's just one example. There's a million other examples.
There's a million.
And don't get me wrong. There's plenty of articles that you could share where that police officer is shown to be doing the wrong thing and has murdered someone. You could find a reliable source, but instead people are sharing these pictures, and it's the worst. It's genuinely the worst, and it's the worst way to get your information.
It really is. Like, and like there was a thing going around that I saw today. It was like, it purported to show like Trump making fun of like the victims of like chokehold deaths and police brutality, like Eric Garner and like Floyd. And it's not, he's actually like, it's not the case. Like if you fact check it, that's not what he's doing at all. So like both sides are guilty of that shit.
What was he doing?
He's making fun of Bloomberg after his debate performance, saying he choked.
Oh.
So in context, it was back from February, and it was about Mike Bloomberg, and it was about how he choked on the stage after the debates.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with anything, and it's fucking 5 months old at this point. The thing is, like, the problem with, like, memes and, like, edited video and all that shit, like, you just miscaption it, and then there's no context that surrounds any of that. It's a terrible way to disseminate information. It's good for jokes. Memes are just single-panel comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all that they are.
Yeah.
If you like look past them for like more than anything other than like the value of like a Far Side cartoon, we're being fucking lazy.
All right, let's see him fucking really fumble fuck his way to pin this on, I don't know, Jeffrey Epstein or Giselle or whatever her name is.
That is ballsy. Okay. Melania Trump, I always highlight the fact that she's graceful and brilliant and kind.
And copies Melania's copies Obama's speech word for word. Other than that, she's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, how do we know that she's any of those things? Like, she kind of stays mostly out of the limelight and just scowls most of the time. Like, her job is primarily a scowling-based position. Like,
she genuinely scowls all the time too. There was that one time recently where he turned to her and told her to smile, and she seriously, like, her fucking face malfunctioned in the middle of it. It was one of those. She tried to make a smile. She's like,
call up. Do me a favor. Put on the screen the Right Wing Watch where you've got this from, because it's got a picture of her, and like, nobody scowls as hard as Melania scowls. Like, she just looks frozen. It is a rictus of a face. She is unhappy. Look at that. Look at that face. That is a scowl. Like, fine, I would scowl too if I had to stand within fucking 100 yards of Donald Trump, much less share a home with him.
She looks like she's gonna star in Sleepwalkers 2. Okay.
She has a scowl-based platform.
She does. She absolutely does.
Yeah.
I want to see, man, I wish I could. I'd have to go through our old Twitter feed, and it would take me a long time to find it. But, Tom, it's so funny when she trying, because he turns to me, he's like, will you smile? And I think she tries to smile for a second, but then realizes how much she hates him and then goes back to the scowl. And so mid-smile, she's like, and she just, like, fucking, her face malfunctions, and she gives up and goes back to fucking, like, resting devastator face. It's unbelievable. All right, so let's do a little more of this, because he hasn't pinned it on them yet. Give him a second.
Yep.
And elegant, but one thing that I probably need to highlight more frequently, and I've done it a couple of times, but not recently, is how fucking
this guy sounds like, he's at the perfect frequency for the like for the awooga alarm that you hear.
Ballsy and courageous that woman is.
Ballsy. She had huge balls.
She is sending
that
a message to the deep state. I refuse to believe that Melania Trump just happened to wear that dress 2-3 days after Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested, and it's been now reported that she is participating and giving up names and information with all the people involved with the pedophile sex trafficking. And Melania wears that dress. I do not think that's an accident or a coincidence.
Oh,
yeah, you and Liz Crokin, who is the one who actually originated
There are no coincidences. And between the two of you guys got 19 fingers. So good for you. Congratulations.
I love it. Like, none of that's like all the conclusions he draws about how, like, man, like, I refuse to believe it's a coincidence. Like, well, does it bother you that that's not what happened at all to start with? It kind of is problematic for all the conclusions thereafter.
Right. Okay,
Somebody said his voice and face is incredibly punchable. You have got that right.
Yeah, man. And guys,
he really has the most punchable fucking face.
And he's gone out of his way to say a couple times that he's willing to lie. He doesn't care. He's willing to lie. Yeah. It's not up to him to fact check his shit. He doesn't care. That's up to him, man. We'll see. He's an asshole.
Yeah. Has anyone actually heard Melania talk in 2020?
I don't know that I have. I want to see if I can find that, though. You could talk to chat for a second, Tom. I want to see if I can find that Twitter, because now I've got to play it. So
I think Brandon Dilly sounds, this is from James, he sounds like the way he sounds because one of his chins is pushing on his vocal cords. Oh my God. Somebody's wondering if we're going to do a show during the election. Absolutely, we'll do something.
Tom and I are actually talking about, specifically, one of the things we're talking about is maybe both of us sort of doing a mild quarantine beforehand and doing a reunited It Feels So Good moment here in the studio. So we don't know if that's going to happen, but we might do that. So, all right, Tom, so I'm going to play this for you. Let me pause it. Okay, so Tom, I got to make this big. Here we go. This is her. This is her. Can you see her?
I can.
Okay, so watch her mouth.
Yeah, hold on real quick. She's the one on the right with the joy-filled face, right?
Watch her mouth face. Here we go. Watch this.
was it?
Hold on, watch it again. Here, watch it.
Oh my God! It looks like it hurt her.
Oh,
to do
it looks like it's going. It looks like she pulled all the stitches out when she did that.
God, she looks like she's being held hostage.
It really genuinely does. It looks like
really does.
It looks like every moment she's blinking Morse code out to everybody
I know.
else.
God damn. She just seems so fucking unhappy.
God, man, she certainly does.
Christ.
Jesus Christ. All right, so let's see. Vulgarity for Charity on this Monday's show. I'm going to turn you around so I can see you, Tom.
All right.
So hey, buddy. So Vulgarity for Charity on this upcoming show. If you guys missed it, Vulgarity for Charity was on Scathing Atheist this they reached on Thursday, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so it was on Thursday's show. So you can catch us on their show. We had a lot of fun doing a Vulgarity for Charity there. So we're going to have a Vulgarity for Charity on our show this upcoming week. So check it out there. Also, big news. Ian, do you have any word on when the mugs are going to get posted to our website?
Not the specific date, but yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, so I paid the money for the mugs. And so we should have. Do we have a picture of the mugs that you could send me? Maybe I could put them online somewhere to show people what they look like.
Yeah, let me.
We'll just talk for a minute. We'll talk to chat for a minute. Sure.
Media.
Post them in there.
Melania is the only person in the administration I feel sorry for. You know, I gotta say, like, all jokes aside, I do actually feel sorry for Melania. Because she didn't make the choice to run for president at all, and if everything that I've read is that she was not supportive of that. She was not behind it. She didn't want it. Like, I think she really got kind of fucked over. So
from what I've read and from what they've said in the background is that, yeah, that's exactly the case, is that she didn't want to be in the presidency. He didn't either. From what they've said, that he didn't want it either. He wanted to use it to build his brand and just move on. And he was just gonna be a hater forever. All he wanted to do was be an outside hater and keep building his brand. He would have been super popular, I think, over the last 4 years if Hillary had gotten in. He would have been very, very popular. But
somebody says she's still married to him and he was still a shit person before he ran for president. Yeah, absolutely. I don't disagree with that, but I still feel bad for her.
Okay. So Xenofanes says Scathing Atheist show is from today. Today is still Thursday. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're fucking right. Jesus Christ, this week, every week is like, it's on a level of unreal that it's just, Tom, it just sucks so bad.
I know.
It sucks so bad. Oh, God, it sucks, man. It was from today. I'm sorry. It's from today. We're in a position now where I just don't even know. God, it's so bad. Do you have that picture yet, Ian?
I texted it to you. I don't know if you can easily claim that, or I could email it to you.
Why don't you put it in chat? Just can you put it in chat?
I mean, a link to
No, because you can you download it and post it? No. Let me see. What's the best way to do it? I'll put it in my email. I know what I'll do. I got it.
All right.
I got it. I'm gonna send it to my email. God, it's like we have to do all this work.
This is crazy shit just to put up a picture.
Here, I have another name to see if you can pronounce it.
Send it. Okay, I'll just do this.
Somebody says time has become a flat circle.
It really, man.
Try to pronounce.
Yeah.
Try to pronounce this Irish name.
Go. Okay. Shansi.
Sharon.
Bill. Showers.
How is it pronounced? And how is that other one?
Yeah.
Because you never said earlier, you just said it was like Alfie or whatever, and then you never told us how it was pronounced.
The first one is Aoife. Aoife.
Aoife? Okay, that makes sense.
What?
And the other one is Saoirse, or really it's Saoirse.
Is it Saoirse? No,
it's Saoirse. Saoirse is like the Irish way, but it's like people say Saoirse.
Nobody says that word. What do you mean people say? Nobody says that. Nobody says that. My whole life, I've got 42 years. I've never seen that combination of letters accidentally glued next to each other. That's outrageous.
Oh, look at the other one. Somebody Zap put Siobhan. Pronounce that one.
Where are we at?
Wait, okay.
Where?
Wait. It's from YouTube. Zap. No, Zap Action.
Oh, I should know this
Siobhan.
one. Yeah.
There you go.
That's Siobhan.
Damn it.
I work with Siobhan.
We've been correct.
She has the exact same spelling. I work with her. That's the only way I know. I'm fucking cheating, motherfucker. I cheated. Take that. Suck it. Fuck it. You can't trick me when I work with that lady.
Dax says he has a friend called, I already forgot how it's pronounced, Charlemagne or fucking whatever. Shorsha.
Saoirse. Well, Saoirse, but Saoirse, whatever.
Saoirse? Like seahorse shot?
Like seer, like Seer, and then sha.
Oh, okay. Somebody wrote, okay. Saoirse.
But it's also people say Saoirse, like SIR.
Man, that's insane.
Irish people are, they got time on their hands.
That's
During
just
the potato famine. I don't know. That's
Can you imagine, like, how the fuck did like Irish kids learn to read? Like, a sound it out is not a thing. Like, you cannot be hooked on phonics and learning that shit.
I think the nuns just beat them. And then
all right, Ian, you can put it on. You can put it on the big screen.
Oh, let me do it like this.
So this is our new mug. It's gonna be a black mug. It's coming. I paid the money for it, so I spent the money for it. We'll have it on the website soon. It's a great way to chip into the show. Actually, you get a nice mug out of the deal, and we actually do get a small return on these mugs. So if you want to pick one up, when they get posted, we're hoping within the next 2 weeks we'll mention it on the live stream. But you can always go and pick one of these things up in a couple of weeks, or you can buy some of the shirts that we have. We don't see a ton of money from, but it supports a local business, and so that's important during coronavirus. So if you wanted to support a local screen, what do they call that? Silk screen? Is that what they call that? Silk screener?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, why not?
You want to support a local.
They're very nice people.
They're very nice
very
people,
nice people.
and they make our shirts for us, and they're wonderful. All right, so
Cecil, do me a favor. Hold on.
What's up?
Can I see it?
Can you? Oh, you didn't see it?
Oh, you didn't.
I've never seen it. No.
All right, let me call it back up. I'll turn you.
Yeah, let me see.
It's gonna take a second because the computer's now being stupid. It's like, oh, hey, I want to be all dumb. Got it?
Look at that.
That's a handsome mug, isn't it?
That's a good-looking mug.
Handsome mug.
Look at that mug.
So there you go, guys. All right, so we got another more show to record, so we've got to go. But we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and we will be back next week. So we hope to see you guys then for our live stream, hang out, chill with us, and all that jazz. I'll be in the studio in Chicago, which is where I'm at. I'm at the Gloryhole Studios. Tom is away at home, but he has a nice setup now, as you can see, and we can now hopefully through MiFi communicate with each other and to you. So thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you guys next week, same time. And have a great weekend. Stay safe out there, folks. Cheers.
Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone. Enjoy your night, evening. It's still Thursday, evidently. The fuck?
Yeah, I don't even know what.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what fucking day it is, Tom.
Christ, dude, I feel the same way. I'll be on the phone. I'll be like, I talked to somebody. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Last week.
God damn it.
Who knows?
God damn it.
Christ.
Fuck that. Ian, what day did you think it was before we started? Let's start a poll and see what people thought. I thought it was Friday.
That's a good question. I don't know. It's crazy.
You gonna tell everybody where your stream is?
Nope.
You gonna post it in chat?
Shutting it off.
Are you gonna post it in chat?
Shutting it off.